This is Desperados 3. We're on Xbox Series X. The game does note an optimization. So we're getting an native 4K resolution, apparently at 60 FPS, no HDR support. Let's jump in and take a look at what this game has to offer. So we're just going to skip the cinematic. We don't really want to spoil anything too much story-ish. This is, I think, my favorite level in the game, just in terms of the creativity and the different things you can do in it. So this is a Western game, I guess a bit of a prequel story-wise, and yeah, you don't really have to know anything else about the franchise in order to give this one a whirl. It's actually a lot of fun and definitely worth checking out if you like this type of strategy game. So as you go through the acts, you're kind of getting more characters and therefore more options and abilities to set up these perfect scenes. So just kind of this opening thing, and this one's really cool because this is really the first time that you get a full sense of freedom. So it's just like an area, and we have a loose selection of objectives. So in other maps, other levels, you're more strictly set in terms of what you're doing, like you have to get through one part, do some stealth, blah, blah, blah. This one, we've got targets, we've got an open map, and we're free to target it and deal with them however we want to. That's the fun of it. So it's kind of just this really interesting game where you are kind of pausing time, using your different troops, taking advantage of, kind of these setups, and it's just kind of a really neat sort of experience where you're able to really tactically kind of make moves, make decisions, and do crazy stuff. So it is very stealth focused. I found it a little bit, it's very time consuming, right? It's something you got to play. It's something you got to kind of practice with. And it won't necessarily be an easygoing time. It's actually quite difficult, but they do have difficulty options. So we're kind of... Oh, no, we're good. Okay.
The Yonkai's ready. All right,
so as you can see, we're setting up a bit of a thing. We're kind of wanting to draw this guy in. That's the goal. We have different abilities, different skills, different things that we can use. And yeah, it's just kind of a fun, tactical sort of situation. Oh, right on the bear trap. So then there's like this sort of mode where you're kind of making moves and executing on things, and you want to execute your plan. So we've got this character here. We can move around, we can stand still, and we can use our different abilities. So we've got our guns, where we can kind of shoot people if we want to, or we can do all kinds of things. And then the environment, you can obviously rotate it around, do different zoom-ins, different setups. It's just kind of a neat sort of experience in terms of, how you're playing it. So we might actually kind of go up and we might do the knife. That might be fun, right? So we'll set that up, and then we'll also switch to this character and we'll have him move over here in the bush so he's kind of safe. And then we'll execute the plan there. So he's sneaking up. This is probably not going to go well because, we got these guys sort of coming up on us, which is not good. And then you can see like the kind of bubble thing there. And you're just kind of like totally taking people out, shooting them, and everything like that. It's kind of fun, this center view, and you can see your objectives and your missions. So that's kind of the gist of what this is. So we're going to restart the level, because obviously we want to execute things a little bit differently. And we'll also show off a little bit of the loading as well, so you can see that in action. But the cool thing about the game is that there's so many different ways to do things. Different ways to tackle situations, different ways to fight, different ways to battle. And to me, I find that kind of interesting, that you get all of these strategic, tactical options. And I think also, like, visually, the game is quite stunning. Like, it looks really detailed. There's a lot going on. I like the perspective that it provides. It's very fun. It's very interesting. And then you use the guide. See, and you can kind of learn things. And like I said, the different characters have different skills. Different things that make them useful. And different abilities that you can use from your different squad mates in order to be effective out there and cause absolute mayhem for everybody that is you know, trying to cross you. So now we're hidden. The guy's coming, but now we're in a different spot. And as you can see, it's pretty gory.
The old girl hasn't let me down yet.
Two's better than one.
But yeah, it's just kind of this game of creative freedom and movement. And it's actually got like a really well done story with interesting characters that are engaging, that all have their own little paths and things that you're kind of dealing with. And you can create save points, you know, in order to do stuff. Also hide bodies, which is kind of funny. I guess we could just literally... See, that's the thing. I don't know how I want to quite tackle this. And that's the fun of it, right? It's like you might... It kind of leaves a level of replayability. Because you might do it one way one time. And then you might want to come back and do missions again a different way. How is he going to come over here? Yeah, this way. Great. And I think that's sort of the beauty of it. Is just this element of like hardcore action, and at the same time being, you know, very strategic in terms of what's going on. Okay, and we can do this, and we could... Oh, actually, you know what? We don't want to do that. Oh, crap, that's not good. I think we've been had, guys. Don't want to carry him. Oh, no, that was bad. That was very, very bad. Okay, this time around, we're going to get a little bit more intense, and we're going to do something a little bit more action-packed. So what we should have maybe done was also set up where that guy over there, our trapper friend, would maybe use a bear trap to get somebody. But yeah, you can kind of play it a little bit less tactically, with a little bit less stealth. And again, it's really up to how you want to go through it, how you want to engage with it, and what you want to do along the way. And I think that's kind of fun as well, just like in terms of, you know, causing mayhem and then sneaking away and everybody's going to be like, what? What is going on? And then we also have like the knife, which is kind of fun too. So we could do like the throwing knife. Oh, he's kind of gone. Oh, I wanted to... sorry, one sec. We'll wait till these guys get here.
Watch and learn.
They're kind of in a grouping. But that's the beauty of this one, is kind of the choices you make and how you want to tackle situations. So this guy's just like, what is going on? I don't know, I just kind of find that really interesting. And of course, like a Western, it's actually pretty in-depth in terms of the content and the material. Like, it's a pretty adult-type game, if that makes sense. Just in terms of, like, the characters you're dealing with and the things that you're interacting with. Like, there's a special house up, you know, north a little bit that's kind of neat. I don't know if I want to draw too many characters in. And again, you can play it with a stealth level of play, or you can be a little bit more aggressive into it. Like, I'm sure these guys were just like, what is happening in here? Got the yellow coats running around. And then we can go grab our knife. I don't know why we would want to hide the body, but we can. Just for the lulz. Just throw you in here. But like I said, you know, you're just kind of going around making these choices, being stealthy if you want. See, we kind of got into a bad spot here.
Watch and learn. Bring it on.
That did not work out well.
Let's raise some hell. Spreading it.
You have to be really kind of close and quiet. And sort of smart too, or you're gonna die. See, this guy's a little bit tougher than the other people. He's a little bit harder to kill. You gotta be very smart about it. Like, we're just kind of showing this off here. But it's actually like a really fun, interesting, and creative experience that I think will surprise a lot of individuals. If you've never, you know, tried a Desperados game, you might actually find this to be a very, very highly entertaining experience for sure. So we're tying this guy up too. Oh, no, drop that body. The thing is, we're not really that sneaky though.
Hey, who tied you up? Who did this to
See, and they're trying to figure out, like, what's going on. And I'm just being like this maniac running around here, causing problems for everyone. So we've killed a lot of the folks around here. And then there's other civilians just kind of doing their thing as well. And this is like without even really doing like the showdown mode, right? Like this is being aggressive, this is attacking people, this is going wild, right? I guess we'll just throw you over here. And I'm not even using both of my characters, mainly because the lead character here is just really effective. But yeah, we'll get here, and then this is like the second part of the level. And this is where things really open up, right? Like, we haven't even really been doing the real fun part of the level, because once we get here, you get this open range to kind of tackle these situations however you want to, and just, I think that's kind of wondrous. And like I said, there's different kinds of action, there's different types of cinematic moments. Oh, I think it's supposed to, that was supposed to like enter some sort of like cutscene type thing because we killed everybody, but whatever. So yeah, this is a friendly house anyways. And this is kind of also, again, just kind of getting into that element of choice in how you tackle things. So we're going to go a little bit more stealthy here. So we've got a number of opponents that we got to deal with. Let's see the vision.
Looks like the place is closed.
How are we going to deal with all these guys? Are we going to be stealthy the whole way through? Are we going to knife people? Are we going to be fast? You know, it's really up to you and how you want to kind of make your way battling and taking out opponents the whole way through. And of course, highly detailed, quite a gorgeous game, at least in my opinion. And super exciting to play. Like, it's just neat, you know, kind of being a little bit hidden, kind of being a little bit smart, making those right choices in order to kind of sneak in. See, like, we could knife this guy, or maybe we could sort of wait till a good opportunity shows up so that we can kind of sneak by. You know, it's about being strategic. I remember just being able to sneak in last time. Maybe I'm thinking, yeah, I climbed the ladder there, definitely.
Eyes on the target. I'll get close and personal.
We don't want to be seen. Uh-oh, they know something is up. And that is the end of a Desperado. So I've got a different checkpoint here. This is one where I've been a little bit more stealthy in regards to my executions. And I've eliminated somebody over at the tower, and I've just killed this guy over here at the barn. We've got our knife, and we've got some bullets and everything like that too. But we need to sneak out, which isn't going to be the easiest sort of situation. Okay, why do you keep locking onto that guy that is not even in the vicinity?
Who needs a good killing?
The other guy's ready. Time to make some noise.
Oh, where is our other guy even? Sorry, I just kind of hopped into the safe here and I have no idea where he's actually sitting. I think he's just like off to the side somewhere. Hey, he's over there. There's the trapper guy. I just find this guy really more effective is the big thing, right?
Watch and learn. Who needs a good killing?
Okay, there we go.
Eyes on the target. Who needs a good killing?
You are just like not locking onto this guy at all for me.
Not a chance.
Why would you go to that guy? Everything just falls apart. I mean, I'm probably not showing this the most like insanely strategic sort of way.
Who needs a good killing?
Oh, that is hardcore. So you actually gotta really pick your moments and be smart about things.
Eyes on
Wait till these guys disappear. Make your move. Get the knife going. Grab the knife.
I'll take that.
Sneak in here, get in a bush, and then you can kind of just like almost walk out if you pick the right moments, right? And that's the beauty of it. Them kind of not really noticing you, and you... And it's savage too, like this game is straight up brutal sometimes in regards to like the attacks and stuff that happen. But that's also the fun of it, right? Is kind of making those moments, hitting the right thing, getting the execution of your plans set up, and feeling really stealthy about it. I think that's pretty cool. See, as we snuck out here, And then the really cool one, and I wish I had a save set up for this, because I don't. I believe we already did it. But yeah, you can kind of like knock the bell down, and you can kill a few people, which is kind of funny. You can like knock that guy in like the place he's digging. This one's pretty hard too. You got to get the guy on the bench there that's kind of working on stuff. I find it to be a really fascinating, exciting, and interesting sort of game that I do highly suggest kind of jumping into. And I hope I haven't horribly shown it off, because the main idea was you get to see kind of how the elements of like failure in that work in the game, and the choices of like how you want to go in and like tackle situations. You can be really, you know, kind of strategic about it. You could be really aggressive. You know, it's really up to you and how you want to go about doing your business as like, you know, an outlaw. And they're not all missions like this. You're not all just like straight up assassinating people. Some of them have more, you know, complex elements to them. And I think that element of it's sort of entertaining. Could you knock that wall down, maybe? That would be actually highly entertaining to pull off. But yeah, you can climb up there, climb down, jump up on the cathedral, knock the bell down when they're in the area, and you can squish them with it. It's just great. But look right here, it's like, and they're all gonna be like, what? What's going on? What's happening? Oh my god. What is this? Everybody get out, everybody look. There's a bad guy amongst us. What happened? I think they know something's up. Okay, usually that works, and I'm able to slip out of there very fine. But anyways, I think that kind of shows off what it is. That's Desperados 3 on Series X.